Turned up to this one, customer said they had no heating, no hot water. EA227 was the fault code. I'm going to press reset and listen. You can hear it sounds like a washing machine, so that's going to be a block condense. The noise you can hear is the water backed up into the heat exchanger, and it's the fan pushing down on the water. So I'm going to turn the power off and whip the case off. In my opinion, this is probably one of the worst condense traps that they've ever made. But to distinguish whether it's the trap itself or the condense outside that's blocked, I'm going to pull the elbow off. We can see that it's not the condense pipe itself that's blocked, so it's going to be the trap. So we've got to undo that securing screw and hope when a little bit of air enters the top, it's going to siphon itself out into the bucket I've got below. Try not to lose the screw though. So at this point I thought, happy days, it's going to literally siphon in, but then it just stopped. And then obviously I was doing this one-handed. And now you can see why they changed the PCB housing, so it stops any water going inside the PCB. Probably for when that happens. I mean, our diagnosis was right. Look at the state of that. I mean, that is pretty bad. So I'm going to go give it a clean out in the sink. I had to get a screwdriver to it in the end. Before the gas police kick off, I did use a wet wipe to get all that out the sink so it didn't block the 1.5 inch sink waste. But with these traps, I always like to let the water flow in it and then siphon itself, because quite often the breather hole blocks up and then it stops it, especially with all this debris that was in there. Once it siphons itself, I'm happy. Let's go put it back in. Little tip, plenty of lube on that black elbow. It'll help it go on. Dry the PCB housing, turn it back on. Let's create a demand. Yeah. If only they told me on the phone it was gurgling earlier, but never mind. Green light means go. That's another one done. Happy days.